Okay, this problem is comparing two different function rules. So there's going to be certain problems where we have different situations going on, and we have to compare. That's what we're looking at here. Export Fitness has two payment plans. One where you can become a member by paying a $200 entrance fee, then $3 each time you visit. Or you can choose to not become a member, but now you're going to pay $13 every time you visit. So in each scenario, we have two things going on. One, we're worried about the cost. So we have C is the cost to us, the total cost to us. Now, it's always going to depend on whether we are going to visit or not. So V is our other unknown piece of information, and it's the number of visits. I've labeled and defined my variables. That's the first step every single time. Cost is typically going to be what is doing the depending. In this case, the cost depends on the number of visits. So the cost is the dependent variable, the number of visits is the independent variable. Okay, we have two function rules to write this time because we have two scenarios going on up here. First is when we become a member. The second scenario is when we're a non-member. So we have to write two separate function rules. I'm going to divide that up. When I become a member at Export Fitness, I'm paying a $200 entrance fee no matter what. That's not changing if I visit once, twice, 3 times, or never go at all. So I have to pay the $200, and that's our key word here to show that we're going to be using addition. $3 per is my next key word. That's multiplication time you visit. We define that as V, so it's 3V. It's not a function rule unless it's an equation. So I need the equal sign. That's what my cost is. The cost, if I become a member at Export Fitness, is equal to the $200 entrance fee plus $3 times the number of times I visit. The second scenario is when I am a non-member. So I don't want to sign any paperwork. I want to go maybe month to month. I just want to do it during the winter months when it's cold and I don't want to go outside and work out. So I pay $13 every time I visit. I don't have this $200 fee. But I don't pay just $3 per visit. I pay $13 per visit. So my cost in this scenario is equal to $13 times the number of visits, or C equals 13V. Here's how we can use these. We want to compare these. So if I know I'm going to visit 15 times, I'd want to do a comparison to see which plan would be better for me to use. So I'm going to check the member plan first. The cost if I'm a member is going to be $200 plus 3 times the number of times I visit, which is 15. And if I'm a non-member, the cost would be 13 times the number of times I visit, or 15. I don't have to pay that initial $200. Go ahead and press pause now and calculate those if you haven't already. Okay, hopefully you paused and you were able to calculate those, and we should see that if I'm a member, the cost is $245. If I'm a non-member, the cost is $195. So in this scenario, if I know I'm only going to visit 15 times, it makes much more sense to not become a member. I'm going to pay a lot less money. Go ahead and flip to the next page. We've got one more question that uses these function rules. It says, how long will it take for the two plans to cost the same? Hint is to set the equations equal. Why would I set the equations equal? That's right, because they're both cost. So I would set the cost equal to each other. That'll tell me how many visits where it wouldn't matter if I'm a member or a non-member. So I take my 200 plus 3V when I become a member, and I want to know when that cost is the same as 13 times V, or the cost for being a non-member. Go ahead and press pause and solve this. Remember, we have a variable on both sides. You want to move the smaller variable term first. Okay, good job. Hopefully we all got V equals 20. Again, it's a word problem. I can't just say V equals 20. That doesn't answer my question. The question is, how long will it take? V represents something. We defined that. It's the number of visits. So I have to label this as 20 visits. So what that's telling me is that if I visit the health club 20 times, it doesn't matter if I become a member or if I'm a non-member. I'm going to pay the same exact amount either way. Okay, the rest of these you guys are going to try on your own as well, and I want you to check the videos. Each video will actually cover the next 2 problems, so do the next 2 problems before you check the next video.